What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to Behind the Ramble. That's a bit quick for me, that short one. I know it's a little bit jolly as well. So welcome to Behind the Ramble. We are here to do a Rivals watch along. Why are we doing this? Jimmy, why? Why are you watching two rival teams, one of which we know you seriously despise? Well, it's quite simple, really. There's a few reasons. First reason is this is a second channel, and when you've got a second channel, you can only build it up to a certain level where you can start putting ads on and stuff like that when you've got over 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. People won't normally tell you that because they'll think, oh, well, you just... But that's me being completely transparent with you. That's just one of the reasons why I'm doing it on this channel, to extend, hopefully, the watch hours of those that are with us tonight. The second reason, and probably one of the more important reasons, is I want to test the stream. We're doing a watch along on the main channel, Blades Ramble, tomorrow night. I want to test the stream because we've got a new skybox today. I want you to be letting me know all the way through how we're doing. Oh, see, Jamie started me off really well there. My mic's not working. It's coming through. There we go. Thank you. That's what I need. It's not easy to set up a second feed, so thank you, Jamie, for sorting that out, mate. I've caught that early. So, yeah, it's... want to make sure everything's working all right. Want to make sure we've got a signal on both the stream and the TV. All's looking well so far. I've got Sunderland and Bristol City have just kicked off at a minute. But at 8 o'clock, we're switching over and we're going to be watching Leeds game together. So I'd be watching it anyway. That's another reason why I'm doing it. Another reason why I'm doing it is to probably get a little bit more comfortable with watch-alongs, because it's not something I don't mind them, and I've enjoyed everyone I've done so far, but I always think you can get better. So more reps gives you more practice and sort of gets you a little bit, and you'll see what works, what doesn't work. I've obviously got a new like banner thing at the bottom here for the second channel. So just trying different things, and I'll look back on it later and take your guys' comments on board as well and sort of see how it works. Another reason is... And Jamie I spoke to Jamie very late on tonight about this, but it's another opportunity for more people to come on and do watch-alongs with me. I get it, it's not Blades, and that's what we're mainly focused on as a channel, and we will always be a Blades channel on the Blades Ramble, and this predominantly will always be a Blades channel, but it'd be nice to have people come on and do watch-alongs if they're a bit nervous or something like that. There's nowhere near as many eyes on this channel as there would be on Blades Ramble. A little bit similar to how we do with the Ramblers exclusives on the Blades Ramble Patreon channel. So that's another reason. What was the other reason? I had another reason as well. I see, this is why I should be writing stuff down, really, but it'll come to me. It'll come to me anyway. How is everybody? Thank you for joining me over here. It's very much appreciated. Jack starts us off tonight by, good evening. Best outcome would be a draw, right? Yes, it would. In fact, I've got the teams here. I've got the teams for tonight. So Leeds line up, and there's no Bogle. No Bogle in their lineup, which I think is surprising. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what the situation is. We've got Melier in goal. Voba, Strike, Rodon and Byram. And it's Tanaka and Rothwell in the middle. And it's Dan James, Brendan Harrison in the 10. Willie Nonto, I think, will be on the left with Matteo Joseph up front. Borough are looking pretty strong, to be honest. Senny Dieng in goal. Dyke Steele at right back. Matt Clark and Edmondson centre halves, and Borges at left back. Dan Barlaser and Hayden Hackney in the sitting in midfield, are both very good players. Ben Doak is one to watch, and he's on the right wing, on loan from Liverpool. Finn Azaz in the 10, Riley McGree on the left. I don't know if they're going to switch throughout the game. I think all those three can intertwine and change their position, so that'll be interesting to see. And they've got Latte Lath up front with Tommy Conway to come off the bench. So I think Borough have got a really strong side out, and I fancy him to take something today. I don't think Leeds will win it, and that's the result I'm after, really. So my ideal result, Jack, is a Borough win, but I'll be more than happy with a draw. I just don't want a Leeds win. That's me being honest. What was the other thing that I were going to say about coming on? Getting reps in for people. Getting better quality streams. Oh, that were it. And if things go to plan for my plans for next year, I may be streaming an awful lot more. So it's about me recognizing how it affects me when I'm streaming pretty much every day, which I have been doing for a little while, I think. Not many breaks anyway. So you may get sick of seeing me, and by all means, you can tell me that. But it's also what sort of content will work. And if you think a Rivals watch along is worth watching, then do we take it over to the main channel and we can all have a chat about that over here as well? I want your input. You are the reason that the Ramble has grown to the level it has in such a short space of time. And if we're going to grow this as a second channel and a bit of behind the scenes stuff and me just being honest with you about how things work, we can do the same with this, I'm sure. So, but it'll need your input. So thank you, everybody. Jamie says, long term, it will be Jack, but short term, so Jack suggested a draw. And Jamie said long term, draw would be the best, but short term, it wouldn't be, as Leeds still gain a point. I think long term, a draw is probably best because I think Borough will come strong. And I think they're a very good side, if I'm honest. I would back them out of everybody. So there's the top three, which is us at the top, Leeds and Burnley. And I think us three will be fighting it out for automatics. And I think if anybody else below that, and a fair respect to Sunderland, who I'm watching at the minute, I think Middlesbrough will be the team that make it a four-way race, personally. Rich, good evening, pal. Best case, about 6 red cards and 5 injuries, and it finished 0-0. Yeah. Just being honest, aren't you, pal? Just being honest. Ian, good evening, pal. Fingers crossed that your new router is up to the task. Let me know. Let me know if you're getting any anything like that. You know, I don't expect it to be 100% perfect because I'm still waiting on another cable coming tomorrow. But so far, fingers crossed, touching everything, wooden. Well, touching. It's all looking all right. Jack says Leeds downfall is going to be amazing. Jack, don't go too early with that, pal. The last thing you want is them having the last laugh. So we've just got a incoming Connor. No, Connor's doing his own watch along tonight. I've just been in for the first 15 minutes, giving him some pelters, which he didn't read one of them out. He skipped over them all. Coward. Love the little picture of Wilder in the thumbnail. Yes, absolutely, Jamie. Absolutely. I'm sorry I haven't got that to hand, to be fair. I should have put it up just so if people had noticed. But Paul Walker, I don't believe it's the Paul Walker from Radio Sheffield, but Paul Walker, how you doing, pal? Hey up, Jimmy. We're all Borough tonight, ain't we? Yes, we are, pal. Yes, we are. I certainly am. Hey, Jimmy, says Matthew. Hope you're good, pal. I am, mate. Hope you are too. I'm going 1-1. It'd be good for us. And sorry for asking, but any updates on the takeover? Is it looking good, bad, up the blades, up the Ramble? So there's no movement, there's no imminent decision. But the hey up, Sunderland on the attack here. Kept it in well. Crossed, and it's cleared by Bristol City. Oh, yeah, cleared. Takeover. Well, we've got a minute or two, haven't we? So we can get into it, and I'm happy to take any comments on it. But where are we? So I touched on it a little bit in 90 After 90, very, very, very briefly. Then we had a chat on our Patreon. So me, Dave, the Nose, and Man Mountain went into a bit of a deep dive into it. And basically what's happened is the prospective new owners have blinked first and said, we've now got EFL approval and we can't wait for a speedy resolution to this so that we can come in and strengthen Sheffield United and back Chris Wilder in January, which is great. And that's beautiful fodder for the fans. We all want to hear that. That's what we want to happen. They didn't say they were going to spend money. I certainly didn't see that quote. What they didn't say was that the Prince had put to him a couple of weeks ago that before the deal completes, he would like a revision of the promotion bonus because he believes, or there's some people on the Prince's side, should I say, believes that they have stretched it out to the point where they now are buying a club. In the summer, when they went to buy us, we had -2 points. The season hadn't kicked off. We had -2 points, and we had 20 players out of contract. And now, fast forward, so you're walking into the complete unknown. And now, fast forward 5 months, and we sit top of the league. We're 19 games in, so we're almost halfway through the season. 23 is halfway, and we're top of the league despite a 2-point deduction. Looking at the moment, statistically, we are the most likely team. If you look at it, just plainly looking at the table, we are the most likely team to be promoted this season. That's what they're buying. They're buying a team with a significant chance of getting promoted. And what I said in the Platinum Ramblers chat was, my analogy of that is, you go to a footy match and you see that Sheffield United are at home and they're 3-1. 3-1 to win the game. The game kicks off. You don't put a bet on. The game kicks off and we go 1-0 up, and you come in at half time and you say, right, can I put a bet on at 3-1? Well, no, you can't. You can't. It's evens now. It's on at evens. No, you said 3-1 at start of the game. Yeah, but the circumstances are ridiculously different now. And it pales into comparison to the original deal. So not only are we in a better position in the league, I don't think many would argue that we've significantly increased our assets despite bringing in a net positive. So we've got more money in than we've spent, and we've got a better quality team. Michael Cooper, £2 million signing, he's not worth £2 million, is he? Let's be right. He wouldn't leave for a penny less than 20 million. So Harrison Burrows, similar. I just think the transfer business that Wilder's done has been phenomenal. So the value of the club has changed. Prince Abdullah could have immediately pulled the rug if he wanted to. If he wasn't interested in selling, he could walk away tomorrow. He still wants to adhere to the terms, but what he's saying is that whatever the promotion bonus was, I'm not going to ask you to go back to the EFL and pay me more money outright, but if we get promoted this season, I want a bigger promotion bonus. So it's risk and reward, isn't it? But no movement. But I think they've been quite clever and cute as to how they released it, the buyers. But I also think it's sort of blown up in the face a little bit, because even Witt, Wilder's best mate, who never usually would back the Prince, and he hasn't necessarily in this, but he's sort of said the buyers have got to look at themselves in this situation, which tells you a lot, I think. Can't watch tonight, says Paul, but can listen to your commentary. Oh, my God. Yeah. Good luck with that, then. At least you can hear me, pal. At least you can hear me, and that's a bonus, isn't it? You haven't always been able to hear me on these streams or see me, and that's probably a bonus, to be honest. David Vinter, good evening, pal. What do you think of Harris resigning at Millwall? Yes. How strange were that? I'm going to try and see if I can put the red button yet, because they should be kicking off soon, shouldn't they? 2 minutes to kick off. Really strange. Really surprised at that. Don't know what's happened. There was something about a Thicko's comment. That were mentioned on the news, and I just think, what is that all about? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we've got him on here. Ugh, can't stand Leeds. Hopefully the heads won't be on it tomorrow. So basically, for those that aren't aware, Neil Harris, the Millwall manager, has resigned today. But he's staying in the dugout for our game tomorrow, and also Middlesbrough away at the weekend, and then he's leaving. And he's been doing really well with Millwall. You know, they've been really hard to beat. Obviously, they lost to Coventry at the weekend. And whether he's turned around and called somebody a thicko or something like that, or the fans thickos, and that's what's ultimately destroyed his relationship with him, I don't know, because I don't know the context. But wow. In terms of let's hope Leeds, yeah, absolutely. Let's hope Leeds fall apart again, pal. Let's hope Leeds fall apart again. 5-0 to Borough, says Paul. Bogle might be sick. Definitely need a win tomorrow, and hoping Burnley drop some more points soon. They won't drop points tonight, will they, pal? They're playing Derby. Have they got Derby at home? And Derby are shocking at the moment. Evening, Jimmy, says Si. And the Ramblers up the Borough for one night only. Absolutely right, yeah. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, yes, because we're in new territory tonight, aren't we? Evening, Jim, says George. I'd take a draw here, to be honest, but I also wouldn't be upset if Borough win. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Now, you can also tell me if... Let me know if you can hear that commentary, because I don't think I'm supposed to be playing it. They're off. They're off. Evening, Jimmy. Come on the Borough. What? Touching everything. You know what I meant, mate. You know what I meant. Already got 2 pearlers of clips. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Take over, give over, says David. Beast Boy says, evening, Jimmy. We need a draw here. Hopefully it's an exciting 0-0. And hopefully the Brewster extension's going well. I haven't had any updates since from about 6 weeks ago on that, pal. I know we're going to ask the question, weren't I? But I think there's been other things on, if I'm honest. So Leeds straight away on the edge of the box, but he's offside. I'll do a time check in a minute when I get over. Paul Walker Blade living in Scotland. Oh, fair play, pal. Fair play. I'll do a time check in a minute when I get through everybody's comments. Should have been titled Live Hate Watch. I was going to call it Hate Watch, Jack, but I think my mate Callum Fowler does something called Hate Watch, and I'm not one for nicking people's ideas. But yeah, I think it's a good tagline, to be fair. Just so, a minute and 3, 4, 5, if anybody's following along with me. Waiting to see how our season went first before buying is smart business. But also, Prince Abdullah asking for a bigger bonus is... Oh, you've left me on a cliffhanger there, Jack. I can't see any further comment. Is Ampadu on the bench? Just seeing him walking past Leeds players in the tunnel. Yeah, I think he is, pal. I think he is back on the bench. Ty Campbell's worth a few bob too now. Yes, he will be. I think this is his most prolific he's ever been in terms of goals to games. 6 goals in 8. Can't remember him ever having that sort of run. Bogle not even on the bench. No, he must be sick. I think that's somebody said he must be sick. So if the Americans took over sooner, they could have got this deal done cheaper. Now the Blades are topping on a run, meaning the price goes up, says Scott. Yeah, and it's not the price. It's not the price. So it mitigates their risk as well, because they'll still buy the club for the same price. It's only if we get promoted, Prince Abdullah's going to get X amount more. And Borough just clearing the danger. That looked like a free kick. Yes, it is. Did Harris have a go at his own fans? Now he's gone. I think that must have been what's happened, Matthew. Read him between lines, but I don't know the story, to be honest. From the little snippets I've seen, something to do with thickos. He's called somebody thickos, and you'd assume that would be his own fans who probably had a pop after they lost against Coventry at home. And he's probably said, oh, Leeds coming here. Dan James, well wide. And he's probably said something about it's one game, and look at the run we've been on, which is fair enough, I think. You can't call them thickos, not your own fans. With your take on the takeover, the Prince wants more because we're doing well. Would he let us go for 50 million if we're in the bottom 3, or a $5 if we're in League One? I don't know, mate. I know what you're saying, and I think that's a fair argument. I'm not in big business. I don't know, but there's certainly a huge difference between a Premier League club and a Championship club, isn't there? A huge difference. We all know that the finances involved. You can barely hear the commentary, and that's if you try and hear it closely. Well, you don't want to get copyrighted, do you? So I'll just knock it a little bit lower. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that, mate. How's the Brewster extension a serious thing? Some people think, it's getting fewer and fewer. Adam, to be fair, but some people think it's smart business. We were saying last night that, well, I don't know. I don't want to start that like that touch paper, because it could go off, couldn't it? But Harris has been getting some grief and abuse from a very small minority, says Ian, and it sounds as if he's responded in a less than courteous fashion. Oh, I'm buffering. Slight buffering, says Rich. Oh. And you're about a minute behind me, Jamie. Right, okay. Alien last-minute winner. Would love it, Kieran. Is he even on bench? I would love that. What the Blades up the Ramble. Thank you, pal. Sorry, Prince asking for more bonus is also good business, so they can't complain. Well, if they have to pay him more money, it's because they've been promoted to Premier League and they've still got a Championship club at a good price, isn't it? So Richie's loving that Alien last-minute winner shout. 1-0 Villa already. Bloody hell. Middlesbrough need to soak up this early pressure. No buffering for me, says Jack. Okay, good stuff. It certainly started a lot better than we went other night, isn't it? So I don't know as well if it's when I've got somebody else on the stream with me. We're doing two people on it. Because I had Jordan, didn't I, on at West Brom. I don't know if he struggles to keep up with that, maybe. Right, so we are 5 minutes and 7, 8, 9. Leeds in possession in the final third. Strauch looked offside. No, down. No, okay. It's a lovely turn. Oh, ball across the box. I think that were Aronson. Yeah, well, Aronson, lovely little turn inside. Plays the ball across the box along 6-yard line, but it's cleared for a corner. Nice play, that. Nice play. Went to sleep a bit, Borough, there. Come on. Come on, the Borough. I don't often say that. So, corner to Leeds. And it's taken away. Oh, here we go. Borough away on break here. Got a little bit fortunate there. Ben Doak. We like Ben Doak, but he's just given ball away. That's sloppy. That's sloppy, that, from Doki. Rubber Doki. Look at this. You can't see my face. Do I need to readjust my camera? Look, this is, you can all laugh at me here while I try and readjust it. So this allows it to move again. And if I go oh no, I need to go lower down, won't I? That's it. Lower down a bit more. Rich, you're getting loads here, aren't you, for your little clips combo. And then I need to stop the camera again. There we go. Right, so I'm a bit higher up now. Look at that. Like a master at work. Oh, they're in box again here, Leeds. Oh, it's going to be out for another corner here. All Leeds United, first 7 minutes. Oh, shut up, cameraman. Oh, why has he done that? Hate this. And now it's, Jimmy, why are you doing a stream on a Rivals thing? Because it's, there we go. Right. Now, lower. Camera freeze. Yes, right. Corner, I'll read your comment in a minute, Jack, I promise, pal. Headed clear by Borough. Crossed in by Leeds again and cleared again by Borough. Doak inside and Leeds try and rob them again. It's a high press by Leeds that's working, but they've just given away a free kick. Dan James a bit overzealous. Regarding Brewster, I'm actually for the renewal. Right now he's worth 0, leaving on a free. So if the contract is favourable for the club, we may as well get him in the window and try and get a small recoup. So my point yesterday was, when we were talking to Man Mountain and Dave Leary, they were both, I think, certainly Dave was cut ties, it's just not working. And I understand that point of view. Man Mountain were a bit unsure. And I sort of suggested that if we get promoted, I think Man Mountain said, look, if we get promoted to Prem, we're not going to re-sign him, are we? And I think we should. Because you sign him on lower terms, maybe a 2+1, and you send him out on loan. You send him out on loan to the Championship to somebody like a Swansea and see if he picks up any steam, any sort of momentum. Because like Jack says, you're only going to get value back then. And if we get relegated, then he may well have found his scoring boots if he's had a full season running a team. I mean, it's a big ask for Ryan Brewster, isn't it? But yeah, I'm a bit high now, aren't I? I'm a bit high up. Oh. I will change back to my normal camera in a minute. Thingy, but all my presents are in here. You got to freeze. Oh, thank you. Right. I'll change. Whatever. What the hell? Whatever. If it's not doing it. Right. I will switch back to my normal camera, but it'll probably be after Christmas, because if you could see the other side of these monitors, it's piled high with presents because the elves have been working hard. And they didn't have anywhere left in workshop to put them, so they've put them in my studio. So I can't put the camera up. where it normally goes. Will the Prince have any presence in the club after the takeover? TBD, Chris. TBD. Not currently. As plans currently stand, no, he's not going to be involved. It's a full takeover. But I believe, and again, don't quote me on this, pal, because I might not be right, but I don't think that the hotel's included in the takeover. And if the Prince retains the hotel, he could come back in with a counter offer to say, look, I'll chuck the hotel back in if you give me 20%. For example, I'm not saying he'll do that. As if they're singing, using the Hamer chant for Tanaka, shake my head. Well, is that the Gustavo Hamer? Hi, Jimmy. I'm 15 seconds behind you. That's all right, Doug. That's all right, Dougie. Don't you worry, pal. Have you made an ATB intro yet? Says Ian. No, I haven't. I daren't. To be honest, I've been really busy today. That's a cross, but well handled by Seni Dieng. Quick release, but it's to Nobdy. Leeds throw, deep in their own half. Rich says, my house swallows the internet, so it could just be everyone on it as well, and I'm watching it as well. Not messing about today. Leeds are they very fast to attack so far. Yeah, they are, but Borough are a decent team. I'm not worried by an early flurry. You've got to expect that from Leeds. Higher, lower, higher, zoom in, zoom out. I love that camera, mate. I know, Si. I know, mate. I'm sorry, pal. I'm sorry. How much will Ben Doak cost? He ripped us apart at the Riverside. Yeah, he made Sam McCallum look really poor. And to be honest, I think we did a watch along, didn't we, for that? And I was saying get Norrington Davis on because he'll sort this out. I don't know where Burrows was. I think he might have been injured or something, but get Norrington Davis on. This will sort it out. Norrington Davis, come on. Didn't do much better, to be honest. So, yeah, he's a really good player. Ben Doak, how much would he cost? He's a young English talent. Or I think he's English. He could be Scottish, something like that. But he's a young British talent. He's going to cost a fortune. I think our best bet, if we really like him, would be to try for a loan if we get promoted. But that's a big spot to give someone who's so young and unproven at that level, isn't it? Some high-quality contortionism we're watching tonight. Well, there you go, Ian, you see. I'm a man of many talents, as you know. Here we go. Borough slid down the right, and is that going to be a corner? No, they've just prevented a corner. Borough throw deep in the Leeds half on the right-hand side. Slightly buffered there, pal, but not too bad. Okay. As I say, I'm still waiting on a cable coming that they promise me will resolve all my issues because I've got a new router now. I just need a new Sky-issued cable. So I think it's a load of rubbish, but his words were, it'll definitely work. Okay. All right then, pal, if that's what you're saying. I've got you on a recorded line saying that, so that's fine. So I don't mind if I'm slightly buffering a minute. Just let me know, is it better than you're used to? Is it better than normal streams? Because at least I know I'm making progress then. Even if we don't get promoted, we should send him on loan if we renew. Yeah, maybe so, Paul. Yeah, maybe so. Do a little bit like, what other day there was? So, yes, Millwall, funnily enough, I've got Josh Coburn up front, who's a young and they've sent him out because he's much younger than Brewster. I think he's 21. What a save. What a save from Seni Dieng, but it's in. It's in. Oh, Jesus Christ, Leeds have scored. I tell you what, how did they not hold on to that? Willie Nonto. Seni Dieng, hang your head in shame. I used to like Seni Dieng when he were at QPR. He looked like a really promising keeper, but he's been quite poor for Middlesbrough, I think. So what happens here? It comes down Leeds' right-hand side. The fullbacks all ends up, I think, it's just it's poor. So Mateo Joseph with the initial effort. Seni Dieng blocks it, which is decent to be, he makes himself big. It's expected, but then it pops out and he can't move himself quickly enough. Or in fact, he knocks it onto Nonto. It's not that Nonto's got there before him. It ricochets off Nonto and goes in. Chuffing hell. So, yeah, Paul's saying, even if we don't get promoted, we should send him on loan if we renew. So, yeah, Josh Coburn is on loan at Millwall from Borough. Young striker. He might even play tomorrow just to get experience. But if we can get Brewster to a lower level championship club, it would make sense. Need the other comments format. When it shrinks, you keep everyone in view. The other comments format. I don't know the difference here, to be honest. I haven't pressed anything different, I don't think. Oh, that's when you've got more than one person on, I think, Jay. I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. We'll have a look. Leeds coming again. Chuffing hell. Gotta love Leeds. Connor saying Sheffield United will play Millwall. 45 main players out. When we play them, they had a full team out. Get the violin out. Absolutely right. Don't you have a webcam you could switch to that's really low down? No. No, it's a desktop, mate. Leeds have to come out quick being the home team. Oh, is he Scottish, Ben? Yeah, thank you, fair mate. Time, please, Jimbo Mazza. Right, we're on 16 minutes, 16 seconds, 17, 18. Much better stream, says Ian. That's good. Thank you, pal. A lot better than Sunday, says George. I was just ducking out, mate, so you could carry it. That's all. Leeds in front, says Ray. Yeah, loads better, Jimmy, says David. Thank you. I just needed that reassurance that we're at least getting there. If Doak is the next big thing, then Palmer went for 40 million and didn't play any quality minutes for Man City. Yeah, that's frightening it in terms of what price they could command. Better than normal streams. Thank you, pal. Only buffered once for me. Less than 3 seconds. That's good. Oh, here come Borough again. Oh, he went down for a penalty claim. He went down easy there. Leeds get it clear. And time to switch off. I would normally. Oh, no, it's in. Right, good night, Jimmy. Don't all leave me. Definitely better connection, bud, says Si. It's only buffered slightly and the pick hasn't gone grainy all stream. That's good. That's good. Stream is better. Jimmy says Rich. Should move to Virgin Media, says Danny Boy. I'll be certainly moving somewhere if we can't get any. But fingers crossed, it looks like it's been all right so far, doesn't it? Right, so 17 minutes and 32 seconds. Leeds 1-0 up. We're kid-friendly here. We don't swear, but I know a lot of us want to. Dykesdale with a ridiculous high back pass to Dieng, who doesn't control it, but he's not under any pressure. Thankfully, it's an offside flag. They look rattled here, Borough. Penalty appeal. I tell you what, that's a penalty. That's a penalty for me on first glance. On second glance, should I say. So basically, the attacker's got there, I think it's McGree, has got there ahead of the defender, gets a touch on it, and he's clipped his heel. It's minimal contact, but it's a penalty. Referee's missed it again. Wonder if Connor will mention that. Not sure. Not sure he will. Reckon that was a penalty? I'm not biased, I promise, says Kieran. Yeah, I'm agreeing with Lee Hendry here. He's got in front of Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon again. Should have been a pen, says Chris. I agree, mate. I agree. Borough coming into it a little bit now, but Leeds collect. The one thing I will give Leeds credit for, and I don't like giving them credit, but you have to be fair, don't you? I do think they turn up in the big games. You know, if Leeds are going to drop a clanger, it'll be to a team you don't expect. They turned up and were much better than us. I know we've got our reasons for that, and I still think we should have gone with our strongest team and strongest formation. I thought they played well against Burnley and were unlucky to lose. They've started off against Borough, I think, are a really strong side. Started off really well here. Let's just hope they run out of a bit of steam. So we were looking like we were on for a Borough counter there, but Leeds get it back. Evening, Jimmy. The missus isn't happy tonight on here with the Ramblers, flicking channels between Burnley and Thursday. Thursday. Payback for booking my holiday to Benidorm. Nice one, pal. Nice one. Yeah, mate, you'll get all the points in you want To be fair, it actually should have been a pen, says Kieran. I agree. I think it should. Jack agrees. Turn up in the big games. Yeah, they do, Jack. I don't know if you said that before me or if you're agreeing with me. Yeah, I think so. Thank God commentary is off. If Henry's on. You're not just listening to me, are you, Rich? Blooming mate. How did we lose to Borough? Then again, it was away, says Jamie. Jamie, these you haven't seen them. This game's not over, put it that way. Borough are a good side. And they might have that's a shocker of a back pass. They're just not coping with the pressure at all. But they have got some really good players. I wouldn't be surprised if they came back into it. Turn up for the big games until the last 5 games of the season, says Jack. I'll take that, mate. If they fall apart, I'll love it. Just hope we can get reinforced in January and send some kids out on loan. Marsh and One need regular game times. Under 21's too easy. Send them both to at least League One level. Another chance again for Leeds there across the box. I'd watch this at times, I tell you. I'm glad you lot are here with me. Alexa, play Joy Division. Look, mate, it doesn't look like it a minute, does it? Borough are terrible, says Jamie. If you'd have seen us at first, which I know you did, mate, but I'm just saying, our first 20 minutes against West Brom, we were terrible. But that's not us, is it? You can't just assess a team for a little pocket of one game. They've started way distant second in this game. They've been hanging on, but they're not a terrible team, are they? Come on. Did we even contest Borough? Can't remember. Danny says Leeds are just so strong at home. It's that form that's keeping them in the running, as their away form is not pulling up any trees. I think, to be fair, Danny, people in glass houses, mate, I think we're 8 wins to zip. Clean sheets, aren't we, at home? And we're getting odd point now at minute away. So, yeah, we just got to be wary of that, haven't we? I think we need, more I think about it, more I think, starting to make me think we want 3 points tomorrow. Borough look awful, says Ray. Sorry, but Leeds will smash this lot. They are doing so far, aren't they? Tom Cannon's banging him in for Stoke as he scored again. Yeah, Jack saying, is our away form anything to sing about? I'm not sure it is at the moment. Something we've got to work on. I'm just going to have a look and see what other scores are going round and round and round. So, scores sponsored by so. Villa still 1-0 up at Leipzig. That's good for them. Burnley 0-0 against Derby, 38 minutes gone. Right, so Borough on attack here on edge at box. Curling effort, high, wide, and not very handsome. Luton and Stoke 1-1. And that is Tommy Cannon that's opened the scoring there, and Carlton Morris has equalised. Plymouth and Swansea 0-0. Portsmouth and Norwich 0-0. Them lot and Blackburn 0-0. Sunderland Bristol City 0-0. And obviously we know that Leeds are winning this 1-0. So, interesting. Right. Right, this is that's a poor clearance from Melier. Back to a Middlesbrough. Okay, so this is behind the Ramble, isn't it? And it's all about me being honest with you a lot and sort of just talking you through my thought processes about streams and upcoming rambles and stuff like that, and things I have to think about that you might not really consider. So, I messaged Nick from Sheffield United Way earlier this week and told him my schedule plan so we don't clash. And that don't mean he can't run against me or anything like that, but it's just letting him know out of courtesy. This is when I'm planning on going on, mate, and we'd sort of agreed to do that so we don't clash where possible. Sometimes it won't be possible, but... Oh, that's a lovely ball through. Melier collects. So, I've got a clash of my own. So, I can't remember what I said to Nick. I'm going to see if I can talk myself around it now. Let me see if I can get a message up. Right, off the top of my head, watch along on Wednesday. So that's on main Ramble. We're going Middlesbrough. Millwall, sorry. Then warm up and debrief on Thursday at 7:30. Now, that doesn't work for me. I've already said I'm going to do it to Nick, so I won't necessarily go against it. But this is a dilemma for me because I had everything on trying to wrap up for just the warm up in half an hour. I think I did 40 minutes last time out. And depending on how we go at Millwall, I'll want a proper debrief. So it's going to be too late for 90 after 90, straight after the watch along. I could do a debrief straight after the watch along tomorrow night because I want to talk about the game and I want you lot to have a chance to talk about your comments. I have to go at 7:30 rather than any earlier because my daughter's at football training, so I don't get back till about 7:15. And then at 8:00, I'm on with Connor on a dual stream to do battle lines. So I'd only have that half an hour window. So do I potentially do a debrief after the watch along, which sounds like an obvious option, but Nick will likely be doing a match react at that time, and then do a warm up at 7:30 on Thursday. So yeah, let me know. This is just some of the dilemmas that we have to go through to not upset people, and you know, if you like watching both, then it forces you to choose if we're on at the same time, doesn't it? So not ideal. Let's get some comments. Hillsborough is a ghost town again tonight. Where's attendance FC? Don't know, mate. I ain't even seen. I ain't even flicked over to their game. Been wasteful of Borough. Should have passed into the box to his player calling for it. Yeah, but they're starting to turn the screw a little bit out. They're starting to get into the game. It's taken them, I've just hit 27 minutes on screen. So, but Borough have finally arrived. So welcome to the party, and hopefully this will be a good game from here. My 12-year-old grandson is at Plymouth to watch him tonight, says David. Brilliant. That's good. That's good. Exciting night so far, says Ben. Also need to get our goal difference up. Can see this been a very close season for first and second. Do you know what? I am so well. Oh, hang on. Oh, Stroud just clears. But can Duck get it? Borough have got it on edge at box now. Oh no. Leeds are coming away with it. What was I saying then? My overall feeling is I don't give a monkeys whether I'd like to win the league, obviously. I'd like to win the league. But if we get promoted in second, am I going to be upset? No, I'm not. The only problem it's me with me blooming using my hands on screen. I don't even know how to do it properly. Can you tell? Hey, there we go. Oh, come on. Possession in the last 10 minutes, 63% to Borough. Come on, Middlesbrough. Oh, lovely little slip ball through. Crossed deep. Oh that. Blocked by Leeds and out. Borough collect. But I've made a bet with Connor on battle lines. Whoever finishes below the other has to wear the opposition's shirt on a stream. I don't know why I did it. It's stupid. Rumours are that Meslier of Leeds is a January target for Rolls in France. Leeds are interested in selling because they got a replacement lined up. Bad news for us as Meslier is a weak link in their side. Yes, he is, Danny. Yes, he is. I don't want him to go anywhere. Looking forward to the watch along tomorrow. Again, if you need someone to join you tomorrow, hit me up. Thank you, pal. I don't think so. I think I'm going to sort of half run solo, mate, because my dad's coming to watch game with me. I want him to be on stream with me, but he just wants to come and chill out, I think, to be honest. So it might get a little bit clunky if there's three of us talking through it, but we will definitely get you on, Jay, for a watch along, pal. Definitely. If you're up for doing it, it's something I want to offer all Platinum Ramblers. If anybody fancies, especially on this channel where we're sort of trying a few new things. If we could have sorted it earlier, Jamie, we'd have been on together tonight, mate. Leeds again. That's a daft free kick on edge at box. Could you pre-record? I could pre-record, but I love the live element. It does take longer to pre-record because I edit and I don't like to release it unless I'm super happy with it. But I could pre-record. It's just I like a lot of the content, as you can see, is including the viewers as well. And I like to sort of test the environment in what you think to I'm saying and stuff like that, which you obviously can't do. So yeah, that's an option, I suppose, Jack. Say debrief STR. Straight debrief after the game, but release Thursday morning. No, because again, it's that live element, isn't it? I want to be able to interact with people, Davey Boy, and thank you for joining us, mate. Debrief after the game, warm up at 7:30. Just my opinion, said David. That's way I'm leaning, but I'm potentially upsetting Nick then, aren't I? Jimmy D, I do think you're concentrating on Leeds United a little too much when you should be casting your eyes on Burnley and Sunderland, says Michael. Hit the wall. That's good. Burnley have the best defence in the league and Sunderland are strong. I'm yet to be... Look, Sunderland I thought were very good against us, but I'm not 100% convinced by them. I think Middlesbrough are a bigger threat than Sunderland, personally, and that's just my opinion. You might be right with Burnley. Oh, just got robbed as he entered box then, so Leeds come away with it. You might be right with Burnley. There might be a bit of a sleeper side that nobody's really talking about him that much. But I'll be honest, I'm not a Scott Parker fan at all. And he may do the business for him, but I'm not convinced by him. So you could easily be right, Michael. You could easily be right, pal. Jimmy, concentrate on doing what's right for the channel, but don't overstretch yourself either. Thank you, pal. I appreciate that. Borough slowly getting back into this game, says Raymondo. Absolutely right. Leeds player kicked the floor and got a free kick. Corrupt, aren't they? I'm only joking. Apologies meant to say debrief straight after, just while it's fresh in the mind and you remember the smaller details of the game. That's when people want to talk about it, isn't it? I think I'll probably do that. So apologies for clashing if that does happen. Could just do it the day after or the day after that. You see, Jamie, I tried to do that other day. And if you remember, I did a 90 after 90. We played on the Friday night. It must have been Sunderland game. And then I did a 90 after 90 on the Sunday because I was out on the Saturday night. And it's okay. It's just people aren't as geared up as they are when you're talking fresh out of the game. Fresh out. And there's no like talking about live content, is there? That's fresh in the memory. And that's just my opinion. I think Michael raises a good point, says Jack. Burnley and Borough, not just Leeds. I certainly think, like I was saying at top, I think it's going to be a 3-horse race that if Borough win this game, they're the most likely of the rest of the pack to push into it, I think, and make it a 4-way. Do you think Harris leaving Millwall on Saturday is going to make a difference tomorrow? I mean, it could go either way, couldn't it? Sorry, Leeds are just into box here, but he's running out at box and going backwards. It could, Danny, to be fair. When you initially hear it, you think, that's good, Dax. He's been doing a decent job with him. Cross into box, it's deep and it's wide. You think that's good, but then you find out that he's doing like a 2-game swan song and you think, not sure. Not sure about that because we will be his last home game. And if the fans really appreciate what he's done for them, which I'm sure they do, you'd expect him to get a rousing ovation. And do the players do it for him? Or do they down tools thinking he's got no authority? Can't see that. But, Dieng out wide. They're pressing high, Leeds here. And Borough clear. But it's to a Leeds man. Nonto picks up. Come on, Borough. So I don't know, Danny. It could go either way, to be honest, pal. A leaving manager bounce. Is that a thing? I think Sunderland will eventually fall away, says Ben, and finish in the playoffs, and us and Burnley fighting out for second automatic, in my opinion. Interesting, Ben. That's definitely a possibility, in it. That's definitely a possibility. Behind Leeds, I assume you mean. Oof. Tanaka is quality. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, Jamie. It's been a very good signing for them. Don't see Leeds slowing down anytime soon, says Jack. Definitely think Burnley is the team we need to be staying ahead of. How are Burnley doing? Are they winning yet? Let's have a little look. Today's results sponsored by William Hill. Half-time 0-0. Come on, the Rams. Come on, the Rams. Borough back on the attack again. I'll tell you what we could do as well. Oh, that were a bit of a short pass back, and they nearly robbed him. Mateo Joseph, I think, nearly robbed George Edmondson. Latte Lath into McGree. McGree gets intercepted. Harrington's playing well as well. Don't particularly like him as a player. That's a corner. Oh, that's a dodgy back pass from Strike. So Connor, we're trying to say we're one of the best defenders in league. Absolutely awful back pass. It's a corner. Come on, the Borough. We're the Borough. We're the Borough. Oh, we've tipped over 500 subscribers for this this channel now. Thank you, guys. Very much appreciated. On the way to that 1,000. The big G. Oh, edge at box. No. Scrambled away. And if they're giving Leeds a free kick here. Redonkulous. Jack says, Borough kind of look a bit like us sometimes when we play from the back against the high press. Yeah, that's fair. And I think you get away with it against weaker teams. But you've got to be so careful against decent teams. That's all they're getting. I like the look of Latte Lath. Could he work in a system for us, says Danny? I think he's top-end championship into really, which is fine. But the only way we'd get him out of Borough is if we're promoted. So is he good enough? I'm not sure. But I haven't seen enough of him. His output is very good. I think he had a bit of a barren spell. But overall, he's been very good in terms of goal scoring for him. Them on commentary summarised the leagues well. Premier's the best overall, like quality. Championship's the toughest. Yeah, yeah. What do you reckon to the new rule for a corner if a goalie holds the ball for more than 10 seconds? I like the idea of a fourth official with a big clock on the touchline, stopping it for time wasting. Yeah, this was just talked about, wasn't it, Chris? It's not an official rule, but I think it's absolutely ludicrous. They're changing the game. They're changing the game, and it's ridiculous. Giving a corner because keeper holds onto the ball for too long. Well, you do what you normally do, and you book the goalkeeper, don't you? So staying in? No. Goal kick to Leeds. 38-02, 03, 04. Do you reckon he's worth getting Latte Lath? I know I've covered that a little bit higher up, down. Have I missed any takeover news? No, we talked about it very briefly, but there's no real update. There's nothing imminent happening, Ben. Not seen an L or Sue to give away a random corner. No Firpo tonight. Connor's list was stupid, especially defensively when we have one of the best defences and they concede loads, especially away. In fact, he voice noted me today to say that they've only conceded 1 goal at home in 8. So maybe their defensive record isn't as bad as we'd like to think. Oh, it's unlucky. That's unlucky. Collected by best defender in league, Pascal Strike. My backside. Latte Lath is a striker the Blades need to get when they get promotion, says Michael. He's quick and direct and has goals in him. Here come Leeds again into the box. Cleared. Ipswich tried to sign him in the summer, but Borough, the fee that Borough were asking was too high. Interesting. So, yeah, Michael agrees with Danny that it'd be a good acquisition. I ain't seen enough of him to say yay or nay. Unproven in Prem. Oh, it's a lovely ball. Another. Oh, it's going to be a throw for Leeds. For another dangerous attack from Leeds this time down left. My word. You have to give it to them, don't you? In these big games, they turn up and they look good. And I hate the fact that the fans are going to be so cocky and arrogant about it because they'll be back to the top of the league, won't they? Particularly if are they above Burnley? I think they were. Oh, here we go. They're coming into the box again. Cleared by Borough. So as things stand, remember it's half-time at Burnley. Leeds are top on 41. Obviously played a game more than United. We would have 41, obviously. So we'll need a win tomorrow to go back top again. Burnley currently drawing keeps them in third. Borough need to get some control or change something because Leeds are dominant against the team we lost to. We were poor against Middlesbrough, really poor. Oh, they're through again, Leeds. What a save by Seny Dieng. That were cut them open there with a little reverse pass through. Is that Tanaka that put him through? He's a player, him. He's a player. Dieng looks worse than Davies, says Jamie. Arguably Gerbic. Oh, God, he comes back in the summer and then he does that. That's the curse of the commentator. Not the commentator, the commenter. Well done, Seny Dieng there. But I know what you mean. He hasn't looked great this game, but he did well there. Well done. What's gone off with Harris at Millwall? Well, fans have turned on him. Strange situation. We briefly spoke about it, Ben. I think there's something like he's done really well this season, as we know. They lost at home against Coventry, and there was something in a couple of articles that said something about thickos in quotation marks. So I assume what's happened is he's responded to some fans, and he must have called them thickos. But that's me adding 2 and 2 and getting 5 maybe, but. And then it becomes a bit untenable, or that's obviously what they've all decided between them. Paul Young, your recent history of strikers you'd recommend is a little nerf gunned. Cameron Archer would still be a great signing in this side, I'm telling you. Any chance you could get a timer going or a scorecard on the stream? Yeah, hang fire, Jamie. Hang on, mate. There you go. There you go. That's closest we're going to get because I've no chance, mate. It doesn't let you do it on StreamYard, which is the platform I stream through. And as this is behind the Ramble, I don't mind pulling curtain back and talking to you about it. But you can do it through something called OBS. But it just looks ridiculously complicated. There is, in fact, Wolverine from Forest Fan TV showed me how to do it, and I've still not managed to do it. So there is a possibility of doing it. Certainly not tonight, but there is a possibility of doing it through a different streaming platform. Hopefully Leeds get weakened in January and we strengthen very well. That is the most positive way of looking at it, Jack. Oh, that's poor. I tell you what, Matt Clark, that were all you, that. Matt Clark did not deal with the ball. Aronson had a free shot just inside the area, skied it over the bar. Will that come back to bite him? Can't put my fingers up on screen because it'll shrink, I think. Ian says, I've mentioned it before, but when we were so poor against Leeds and Borough, it was when the news of George had come through. I've totally dismissed those performances and results. You're absolutely right. I've got to be careful how I say this because I don't mean it in this way. And you know me well enough now to know that I don't mean it in this way. But in a way, it feels quite cheap to say that. I think it's but I don't mean it like that. I don't like using that as the reason, but of course it will have had an effect. You know, if other fans are just talking about, oh, well, that's the time that we lost George Baldock, they'd think we were using it as an excuse, and it's not. I think it's a genuine reason as to why we were hit so hard over that period. So yeah, it's definitely played its part, and it's one that we just don't really talk about because you don't. Oh, that's unlucky from Borough. You don't talk about because it's so raw still as well. This is end to end. This at the moment. It's a good game. Good game now that Borough have woken up a bit. McGree, here come Borough. Doak on the right hand side, loads of space. Latiolath's gone down. Doak into the area, and it's blocked. Come on, Doak, you've not done out today. We bigged you up before the game. You've done nothing. sure Benjamin Bloom uses StreamYard, and he definitely has a timer. He uses Nonto. Saved. Oh, my goodness. Really powerful shot from Nonto. Saved down to his right-hand side from Dieng. It bounces out just past the Leeds player. It's ended up going out for a Leeds draw. I think Benjamin Bloom uses StreamYard for certain streams, Jay. For his watch-alongs, I don't think he uses... I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure... Again, I'm no expert, so if anybody can tell me a way to get the timer on through StreamYard, but I think he'll be using a broadcast system in the background of StreamYard as well. So he'll be using something like OBS, I think, mate. If we, other channels have people in the background. I'm in the background, the foreground. I'm zooming in, zooming out in more ways than one. So, yeah. Aronson's hardly a deadly finisher, says Ben. Yeah, he's not, is he? I think he's done all right tonight, though. That were a shocking volley over at bar when he had more time than he thought he did, but it's a Leeds free kick now, edge at box. I'll just take a comment off for a minute while we watch this. So it's Nonto, probably about 30 yards out on the left-hand side of goal, but quite wide in line with edge at box. Oh, it's Joe Rothwell. Sorry, I'm saying Nonto in it. Oh, corner. That were a bit airy scary, to be honest. We speak about our players going because of their quality. Leeds are definitely a risk to that. Yeah, maybe. We dismissed a lot of performances due to issues going on, which is expected, but we seem to still be struggling with the same problems. Have you made any friends with other streamers from fellow teams? I think the latest one is probably Connor, who... Oh, hang on. Corner from Leeds, Joe Rothwell, outswinger, and it's cleared by Borough. I think Connor is the latest one from... it's half-time now. From One Leeds fan channel. I think the latest one that I've just spoken to about doing a Plymouth rundown, and again, this is behind the ramble. I wouldn't normally talk about this before it happens because it's a nice surprise, but is Pieface, Jack McDermott, Plymouth fan. I think it's Jack McDermott. I don't want to get that wrong, but so he's going to do our rundown hopefully, or he said he would. Whether he does or not, we'll wait and see. It might end up being one of these. Where is it? Any excuse to play it, to be honest.
This is a view from the mountain with a heart so pure it's astounding. Man, mountain strong and true. What a man, what a view.
So yeah, it might be a view from the mountain if the Pieface Plymouth man don't come back to us. Rumour has it that struggling Ipswich will try again for Latte Lath in the January window, which could blunt Middlesbrough's promotion push if they do sell him to Ipswich. It certainly would, Michael. It certainly would. But they have also, to be fair, made a very good signing in Tommy Conway from Bristol City. So they won't be completely, without firepower. Very positive half for Leeds, but lucky not to have conceded a pen. Eamon needs to start letting them rip from outside the box as well. I've noticed he's hardly shooting. Fair. Ryan's gone back to his pessimistic ways in the platinum predictions. Rye's a bit of a panicker, though, to be fair to him. We love Rye, but he panics, doesn't he? I think we also need to realise we're currently in a rebuild season, says Jack. Leeds are on an already settled team. We can reach these heights. Well said. Connor, watching Connor and his dad is so funny on the Leeds channel. All right, pal. All right. How have you managed to make these songs? I know it's again behind the ramble. I'm happy to talk to you about it. It's a website that I found. I've forgotten the name of it. I told Connor about it the other day as well, because what happened was not the reason for the intro songs, but the reason I wanted new songs for the channel was obviously I've got a great relationship with Matilda Shakes, and I know their management as well. So when I'd play their music for the intro, and it got a copyright strike the first time we did it. But if you've got the licensee's permission to use it, or the artist's permission to use it, then you don't get a copyright strike. So you can have it removed from your account. Great, no problem. So got a copyright strike, raised it with YouTube that it wasn't a copyright strike. They checked with Matilda Shakes and management, cleared it, no problem. I've then obviously used loads of Matilda Shakes songs throughout the streams in different bits. And all of a sudden, I started getting loads of copyright strikes again, like repeated ones. So I went back to their management. I disputed it and I messaged their management and said, look, I don't know what's happening here with repeated. He says, I don't know what's wrong either because we keep approving them, but it then takes ages to clear. And it's just a real faff. I really like the Matilda Shake stuff. And now that the band is, I don't know if you know this, but they announced on social media that they're no longer together as a band. So they're going to be splitting up or they're certainly going their separate ways for now. Wishing them all the best because they're all good lads. But I just thought it's a nice time to freshen things up, really. So I wanted some new songs, and there's this AI site that I can't remember the name of that you can make your own. And I have a ball just putting random stuff in. You can like design your lyrics, or you can just put a few lyrics in and you say you want a rock song and they'll send you some samples, and it's just really straightforward, but funny. Positive Jack. Yeah, love that. Jamie says, make Connor a song with the theme on Love Will Tear Us Apart. What do you think our biggest problem is going to be this season, says Jack, and what do we need to do in January to give us that push? I think our biggest problem is going to be squad depth. I think our 11 is keeping our 11 fit. I think our 11 is the strongest in the division. I'm happy that our 11 matches up to this Leeds team. I think we've proven that throughout the season, even though Gusem is slightly out of position. But I really like our starting 11. I think the depth might become an issue. I think if we're going to go in January, I would love to bring in Ben Brereton Diaz. And I'll go into that more in our plan for Jan, but I would love to bring in Brereton Diaz because not only do you fill that left-hand forward void, but he can also play through middle. So if we have another spell like we have now where Tyrese Campbell might be injured, Kiefer Moore might not be fully fit, you could slot Brereton Diaz in there and still keep Hamer on the left. I think it's an ideal signing that just makes itself, really. What's the site called? Do you know? I can't remember, pal. If I find it, I'll post it or I'll let you know. Jimmy, I just come across a new Blades podcast channel called Where the Blades Walk. Have you come across them before? They have 251 subs at the moment. No, I've not heard of them, pal. Not heard of them. So best of luck to any new channels coming up. There's room for everybody. I'm sure I'll have some interesting advice for them in terms of, it's all, everybody's very friendly when you're small. And when you start to grow, you see the different side of things, unfortunately. But it's great. And we need as many as possible. And I think we all bring something different to the table. There could honestly be 15 Sheffield United channels and we'd all do it differently. And people like what they like. And just because you might watch 10 other Sheffield United channels, don't mean you're still not going to come back for your Ramble fix, does it? So best of luck to Where the Blades Walk. And if they want to get in touch, then by all means, they're more than welcome. Curious, I'll try it out actually, Michael, see what it's about. Curious why you think our starting 11 matches this Leeds 11, says Jack. Not saying they're not, but want to see your reasoning. We'll go. If you saw battle lines with Connor, we play exactly the same formation. And we both, to say we both agreed is pretty harsh and pretty strong. But it ended up with 6 Sheffield United players in it and 5 Leeds players in it. And I'd still argue that more Sheffield United players should have gone in it. So I don't undersell what we've got. I know you're not necessarily, Jack, but have some confidence in what we bring to the table as well. We, obviously, games in play at the moment, but before the kickoff, we top at league, and we top at league for a reason. If we didn't have this points deduction, we'd still be top at league. And yes, they'd go above us on goal difference if they win this game, but they've played a game more. We have accrued the most points in the least games. So I'm very happy with our side. Would you change that Anel and Suter partnership for anybody? For this Leeds partnership? I certainly wouldn't. Would you change Michael Cooper for Melier? Not a chance. Tanaka gets in. Don't get me wrong, I really like Tanaka. You can't drop Hamer. Vinny Souza's got to be inside. So there's definitely arguments for us. I think that's the end of the comments for now. So I'm going to flick over. Oh, there's Brownie there. Michael Brown. Let's see what the other games are that's on, because Leeds and Borough kicked off late. So the other game should be back underway. At the moment, it's Sunderland, Bristol City, which is 0-0. But I actually want the Burnley game, don't I? Is it on red button? This is the view from the mountain, where the heart's so pure it's astounding. Man, mountain, strong and true. What a man, what a view. Do you know, there comes a point in your life where you have to admit you're old. And I just cannot work out how to get this bit, because I'm pressing red button. There's no option for a red button there. I'm going to, like when your dad used to say, sort this out. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I think I'm there, unfortunately. Anyway, so at Sunderland it is. Sunderland, Bristol City. Jack, I think that's fair. I think we need more time to settle and get used to this formation. I wouldn't change our back line for anyone in the league. I definitely think we can do Burnley at home. Yeah, I think it's breaking Burnley down that's going to be the test, into it. Best defence in league, like it's been said earlier. It's an interesting league this year, says Kyle. No one really breaking apart. Yeah. That's. I think there's a clear nobody breaking away at the moment, which is interesting. Idea with it being behind the blades, behind the Ramble, for one game, whether that's United's or a rivals, let Andy the Blade host on his own and just see how he manages with a bit of a tutorial from you. I would absolutely love that, and it'd be great, but there's absolutely no way he'd do it. Not a chance. He only comes on because I beg him. So, no, Jay, I would love that, pal, but it won't happen. It won't happen. I wanted him on for Millwall, like properly on. He didn't want to do it, unfortunately. Looks like Leeds will go back to the top, but we win and we go back. Sounds simple, yes. So if we win, so will we if we turn Millwall over. Sorry, Ray, I butchered that completely. But yeah, absolutely. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I was saying last night as well, another stream that I were on, but I was saying that you have to look at it as a season rather than just a cluster of games, because going to Millwall away is really tough. Going to West Brom away and getting a point is good. And just because they're going to come back to back, and if we get a point at Millwall, I don't think it's a terrible result. It does mean we won't go back on top, though, and that will be a downer for some people. But, we're then playing Plymouth at home. So everybody plays the same teams twice. So it's just no panic at the moment for me. Jamie says we're terrible on Boxing Day usually, which worries me. That's because historically I haven't been allowed, is a strong word, but I usually have to go to my sister-in-law's on Boxing Day. So I never make the Boxing Day game, which has got me ridiculed from my family for years. But that's duty calls. But this year, the sister-in-law is doing the 22nd instead of Boxing Day. So I am at the game. So the lucky charm's going, Jamie. Don't you worry about that, pal. The guy that hosts Where the Blades Walk is an Everton fan. I've watched a few. There's also a video on YouTube called Impenetrable about the Blades defence and what a job Chris Wilder has done. Link it in the WhatsApp chat. Nice one, David. Thank you, pal. Thank you, yeah. I'll tell you who's done some decent videos on the Blades, and I don't know if this is where that Impenetrable comes from. Jacob Horsfall is he's a fairly new creator. I think he's just gone over 5,000 as well. But he covers other clubs than his own. I think he's a Burnley fan. But he's done some good or well thought out videos on Sheffield United. So there's, like I said, there's all sorts of content. So more power to these new creators and new faces that pop up. Keeps things fresh as well, doesn't it? We're twitching back and forth for top. Only takes them to hit a bit of bad form and we can push to the difference, vice versa. Absolutely right, Jack. As long as we finish top by the end of May, I don't care where we are during the season, says Rich. Does it have to be top, Rich? Does it have to be top for you? I know it's desirable to be top, but you're going to be upset if we miss out on top to get second, because I don't think I am really. Jamie says, why are the most deluded fans in the league our most local rivals? Is there something that affects the teams being near us? I think we just hear them louder than most, Jamie, to be honest, because we're aware of them more, and we're aware of more of them. You know, if we were Rochdale fans, then we might think all Man U fans and Man City fans were super entitled and stuff, might we? So I think it's location based, really. George says the missus' dad's birthday is Boxing Day, so you know where my priorities are on Boxing Day. That's right. With the Blades, that's because he's a pig. See you at Triple Point, pal. I'll see you there. Jack says, I think the most important thing is to pick up as many points for January. I think we need to stay away from third and we'll be good. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. We need to stay away from third. That is the plan. I think the more our team plays, the better we get. I've never known a team as new as ours that's as good. I think that's a really strong point. Yeah, I agree. Not the finished product, but a great start. Wouldn't swap a Leeds player for any of ours. Wow, that's strong. That is strong. I'd have Willie Nonto and I'd have Tanaka, I have to say. How many ads does Sky play during half time? Don't know. I'm watching Sunderland Bristol City, pal. So, Derby were just really close to scoring. Ben, don't do that to me, pal. Don't do that. Don't tease me. You're dangling the carrot. As long as it's not playoffs, says Rich. Absolutely right. Keep us out away from them playoffs. Are we thinking Leeds are dominating Borough, which is fair, but we won against Sunderland and they dropped 2? I don't think Borough are out of this. Well, if there's a goal in it, you're never out of it. Right, let's flick it back onto Leeds lot. Still 0-0 at Sunderland. Right. EFL back on. Right, Justin Tunnel ready to come out. We've timed that well. Oh, thank you, David. I've just seen that you've posted that in Platinum Chat. Is it Jacob Horsfall?
Imagine.
Does anybody else's kids use their phone? Oh, it is Jacob, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him, and he's got more subs than me. No, it's good. I've seen it. He's done a couple of Blades videos now, and he's very good. Ian says it has to be top for me. As soon as win third and fourth tiers, need this to complete the EFL set. Leeds fans that have been saying Farker out will be praising him tonight if they win. Absolutely right, Kieran. Absolutely right. Like bloody blowing in the wind. Rubbish. Plymouth 0-2. Great form coming to our home game. They're rubbish, aren't they, Plymouth? There's no excuse for us. I wouldn't normally say that way a game coming up because it's a dangerous thing to say, but there is zero excuse for us losing to Plymouth. And what are the chances now? The best home record coming up against one of the worst teams in the league that Michael Cooper used to play for. Who's betting he concedes against them? It's written in it. It's written that they score against Cooper. Do you think Burnley are riding their luck a lot as they seem to get quite scrappy goals that somehow go in like the one against Pompey? I think you make your own luck sometimes, and I think when you've got a defence as strong as they have, then you've every chance of nicking a goal here or there. I think we've been similar to a degree. I think we've got more creative talent than them, and obviously with Tyrese Campbell inside, we found that finishing edge. Borough here coming on the march. Offside. But yeah, I think it's a bit harsh to say they've been lucky. Jack agrees with Chris. I think once we fully click, get on top of this away form and strengthen in January will be even more dangerous. Dave's just put that video in the group chat. It's done by Jacob. Yeah, I've seen it, pal. Thank you for that. Do you think Rooney may get the sack, says Jord? No, I don't, because I don't think he gets it yet. I thought he would. There were rumours about 2 games, and this is the second of the 2 games that he would have. But the chairman came out really strong and said, we believe in him as a coach. We believe that he's, he can grow with us as a coach and become the coach. We believe that he, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't just a vote of confidence. It were like a real backing statement. So I think they'll stick with him. It strikes me as like he's delighted to be working with Wayne Rooney, which is ridiculous. Tell you what, the pressing Leeds really high here at Borough, and Joe Rodon's just knocked it out for a throw-in. Come on, the Borough. Come on. So no, Jord, I don't think he will, and I think that's good for us. Didn't our home record hang on an own goal against Swansea? Yeah, I think it probably did. Borough have come out fighting, says Kieran. Yes, they have. Told you, Borough are decent. Don't write them off yet. Didn't it take Notts Forest about 2 years to click? Well, they brought in 350 players, so we haven't brought in that many. Goal difference up against Plymouth, and don't they have more promising players? No, Plymouth have got a couple of decent players, to be honest, but it's just not working for them this season. I don't think Rooney. Well, I'm not alone in this, but I don't think Rooney's a capable manager. Oh, that's poor. That's poor. Borough giving away possession easily. I'm loath to say stuff like get the goal difference up. I'd take 3 points. I'd take a 1-0 right now, Jack. You can't look past anybody. As daft as it sounds, as we're talking about how weak they are, but I'm still taking a 1-0 all day long. Do you think that Burnley's team is a better defensive unit than us? I thought they looked shaky against Borough. No, Rich, I think I would have our defence over theirs, but they have got the record for the best defensive record. So I don't know whether it's style of play that they're more compact. I think we're more of an open side that just defends really, really well. I think we're better to watch personally, but I am biased. So no, I don't think their defence is better than ours, but statistically it is. Bristol have scored at Sunderland. Oh, Sunderland losing. Things you love to see. Told you they'd fall away. Unless it's one game in it, but I can tell you, Jimmy, the chairman may not want him out, but the fans do. Yeah, Wayne Rooney. Yeah, I bet they do. I think we could steal their quality players. Well, like somebody mentioned Morgan Whittaker in chat this morning, I think it was Ricky. He's really been off the boil. Really not done anything this season. I think he's injured now till January anyway. I'm not saying he won't come good again or he wouldn't be a solid addition to our ranks, because you've got to think that he's a right forward, if you like, which would replace Raksaki long term. So maybe in summer he's an option that we might look at if we go up. Don't know, but I like Bali Mumba. They've got Sissoko. There's a few players there that I quite like, but it's not quite clicking. And Borough are away. Mellier's out and clears for a throw. Borough are turning the screw a bit. Sunderland are losing, says Matthew. Ben laughing at Sunderland losing. Betting on the Championship really is the ultimate mugs game. There you go, you see. There you go. If there's any betting sponsors out there that want to join the Ramble, you're more than welcome. I think Burnley defence hasn't taken injuries like ours, other than John Egan, who can never, ever get fit. He started his first game for Burnley and went off injured at 70 minutes, didn't he, last time out? Would you like a tight top 4 pulling away or a close top 10? Tight top 4 all day long. Get us fewer teams in there. I'd like a tight top 2, to be honest, but I'll take a tight top 4. But to be honest, if Borough don't win this game, then the 3 might start pulling away rather than the 4. Evening, Jimmy. Equaliser on the way for Borough, says Dry Bry. I hope you're right, pal. You're usually all right with them sort of things. If Mellier is Mellier the most overrated keeper, says Kieran. Leeds fans rant about him, but never seen any quality. I've seen a lot of Leeds fans complain about him, to be honest. I think he's poor. I think he's a decent shot stopper. That's about it. Jimmy, what qualifies something to be Ramble sponsor worthy? Is it purely if they're willing to pay the cash? No, mate. No, it's in fact far from it. I think there's the option always when you've got a platform like the Ramble, which is obviously the main channel that's got 5,000 subs. There's always the option to make a quick buck. So I could get a lot more sponsors on board, to be honest. And this is just me, again, being honest, pulling curtain back. I've had a couple of offers. But I like to look at what they're offering. And I usually try and test it out myself. VMB Auto Centres, I've had some work done by them. Action Coach Sheffield, I go to their master classes and things like that. I actually use the products. And I think unless I think it's quality, then I quickly lose my reputation. I quickly lose me. Non-toe gets blocked. You know, it's all right me advertising something, but if you buy something on my recommendation, Jamie, and it's a load of rubbish, then you think, oh, he's sold me that. He's told me it's great, and he's done me really just so he could get a bit of sponsorship. So no, both parties have to be happy with sponsorship. It's just not anybody, pal. Pigs losing, says Geordie boy. Piggies are losing. In that case, you want Leeds to win, says Chris. Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. Look, if Burnley weren't playing as well, this is a ridiculous statement, really, but if Burnley weren't playing as well and it looked like us and Leeds were starting to pull away, I wouldn't mind Leeds winning this. Because we only need to finish top 2. So keep the other guys at bay. But I think Leeds have still got the chance of falling away. Particularly if Borough get a draw here. Go on then, Doki. Do something. I've bigged you up all game. And he has. Nah, that's good. That's good. Oh, there's a bit of space opening up here. Left. Shoot. Oh, right save, Melier. Shot stopper. There you go, you see. Unlucky that. With that thin as as. He's technically gifted. He's either Finn Azaz or Dan Barlaser. Oh, no. Is it Riley? Young Riley McGree. Yeah, they're very technically gifted at Borough, to be honest. I'll get to your comments because you're all saying the same thing. Pigs are losing. But let's let me watch this corner because I think Borough are turning its screw a bit. Corner. In! Get in there! Woohoo! Go on, then. Dan Barlaser, ex-Rotherham boy. Dry Bry calls it again. Shout out to Bry. I wasn't as confident as you. Vober, they're zooming in on Vober as if he was something to do with it. Was he the one beaten in the air? But it is man. Corner comes in. It's an in-swinger. Oh, do you know what? I think it's an own goal. It's an own goal from Vobes. Go on, the Vobes. Go on, my boy. I don't even know his first name, but he'll do for me. He will do for me. Just give me 2 seconds. Just going to jump into Connor's stream while we're live on our channel as well. Just need to. Oh no, it's not letting me load up. I'm not going to test YouTube. I'm not going to test the internet. I'm not going to push the internet to its maximum. So I'll just text him. In fact, drop me a quick comment. What should I say to Connor? What should I say to Connor in my text? Here comes Nonto. And I'll send it in next 30 seconds. So, yes, pigs are losing. Pigs are losing, says Matthew. Corner to Leeds. Blackburn, says Ian. Midweek are losing, says Ray. Mind the gap, Danny boy. I like the beer at triple point. If I don't spill it over me, says Bry. Dry Bry. That's why he's Dry Bry, because he spills all his beer all over him. End of the day, Leeds are a strong squad. We know this and hate saying it, but hey, aren't unbeatable. What's happened to the Pigs, though? They won the league at the start of the season. They're just a non-event, aren't they? Get in. Yes, says Kieran. We love it, don't we? Borough 1-0. If only, pal. Boom. Alexa, cue the music, says Jamie. This is Joe Rothwell taking the corner for Leeds. Oh, and he does. Oh, it's the best defender in the league who heads it wide. Best defender in the league. Game on. They came out swinging. Jack, they did. Connor's going to be crying. Sorry, 1-1. Get in, says David. What did I tell you? You were right, pal. Get in, Borough, says George. Get in, says Matthew. Max Vober, thank you. Yes, that's right. Different team this second half. Oops, says Chris. Right out of that. Shame it's in his own net. Oh, no. Say to Connor, mind the gap, or Alexa, cue the music, or even a link to Love Will Tear Us Apart. Link to Love Will Tear Us Apart, Jamie. I think. What size Blades shirt do you want? I'll do both. I'll do both. I'm going to go. What size shirt shall I get you, pal? Question mark. And then let's find Love Will Tear Us Apart on YouTube. Love will tear us apart. Well, tear again. Love. I can't play it on the stream, obviously, for copyright reasons. And I best not sing because my singing is that good that they might even think it's the actual real version. Right, there we go. Don't know if you can see it, but he's online. And I've put, Connor, what size shirt shall I get you, pal? And a bit of Joy Division. Bit of Joy Division. He's online, and I don't think he'll read it. He certainly won't read it on stream. Some results going our way here, Jimmy. Come on, Kyle. Long way to go, pal. We have got, right, time check. 57 minutes and 35 seconds. We have a good half hour yet. Good 35 minutes. Mellier's getting pelters for flapping. Just tell Connor that 2 conceded in 9 home games now. Not quite the fortress like the Lane. Sunderland losing, Burnley drawing. Oh, come on, guys and dolls. Let's. Oh, he's responded. Did you draw your last game? Just asking. Oh, that is weak. That is weak. I don't know if he's reacted on stream to that or he's just like slyly text me. But yeah, what shirts Isaiah, says Jack. Looking good so far. All 3 teams around us not winning. Can you imagine? Oh, and someone's limping. Who's that? Is that Rodon? I don't know who it is. Tell me who's limping. I ain't got my glasses on. Ask him if Borough are part of the 2% of games Leeds aren't expected to win. Yes, Ben. Yes. I'm not replying to him now. I enjoy the game too much. Leeds are fumbling net. I tell you what, this could have gone one or two ways, couldn't it? But it's gone very well as a watch along, I think. As a rivals watch along. It might be something we do a bit more on this channel. Love it. What size shirt that's called, says Chris. I know. I love it. Great suggestion. Sad times. I think I may see Jimmy wearing a Leeds shirt before a United shirt. We better get first. Jamie, I don't know if you're behind, mate. Now turn it off and close your eyes. Plenty of time for a Borough winner, says Davey Boy. Oh, Dave the Nose, don't tease me. Don't tease me, boy. As he forgot the score at the Drawthorns when they went there. I'm just not replying to him. I think that'll wind him up a bit more. What a weak reply. I know. Well, you know, he's from Leeds, isn't he? I'm from Wakefield, by the way. It's different. Burnley 1-0. There you go, you see. There you go. Get Bamford on. He'll look at that. He'll look at that, then put his phone straight down. It's Rodon, is it? Yeah, I thought it was. Has he come off, do we know? It's Leeds limping into the playoffs. Don't. They're on the attack again, Leeds here, and they've been robbed again. I tell you what, some game this. Some game this. Oh, my camera's going all over. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Let's get it to about here and then see if it'll freeze. And if it doesn't, then we're not that bothered, are we? Oh. I just sent a ridiculously exciting email off today as well. And I know this is behind the ramble, but it's something I can't discuss yet. Oh, corner. Matt Clark is all over the place. Sent a really exciting email off today. And I keep saying this, and I don't mean, I wouldn't tease it if it wasn't. In fact, I sent it yesterday. I got a response today that they're going to, yeah. Yeah, so exciting. So exciting. Thank you for supporting the Ramble. And I'm hoping that I can pay you back with amazing content going forward. Nonto is a good player, but he's always on the floor. Hamer's way better. Hamer's inconsistent, but I'd rather have, would I rather have Gus? Yeah, I'd rather have Gus. I've got to say that, Anna. Oh, that's well blocked because that looked like it were goal bound, that from Dan James, I think. Borough now, Latte Lath on the run, and Ben Doak. Advantage. It's McGree. What a touch. Oh. And Leeds scramble it away. Scramble it away. Dan James needs to get them afterburners on. Connor's dad's saying it's worrying. Have you got a dual stream on then, Ian? Have you got us both up? Now imagine if Borough had the pen. Oh, LA Blades with some absolute belters. Yeah, he's loving it. Leeds limping into the playoffs is brilliant. Brilliant. Plymouth losing 2-0 to Swansea. Rye, welcome to the stream, pal. Hope you're good. Somebody were telling me earlier that you're worrying. You're a bit worried about tomorrow. Don't be. Don't be. Is the email a merger with Sheffield United way or the Prince buying or sponsoring? It's definitely not a merger with Sheffield United way. And no, the Prince, unfortunately, I'm not sure he could afford us, to be honest. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Davy boy. Yeah. Yeah. Big things coming, pal. Burnley 0-0 still. Derby defending for their lives and can't keep a ball for Toffee. Great watch along this, says Ray. Thank you, pal. This is going to be end to end. I love it. Wash your mouth out, Jamie. Watching both you and Connor going mad. Don't blame you. I don't blame you. Make sure you give him our regards. Jimmy says hi. Just spam him with that if you want. I'm not going to respond to him. What we're going to do? What are we going to look at? Oh, we're going to look at Burnley thing, man. Because somebody said Burnley 1-0 and then Ray's just said it's not. Or Kyle just said it's not. It's 0-0 at Burnley. It's 0-0. I don't know if they've had a goal disallowed or... No, I don't like it looking at thing. Ooh. So, they are heading into the last 10 minutes at Burnley. 79 minutes they're on. And the tables, and I shouldn't do this, my dad always tells me off for doing this. The tables as they stand, Leeds are top on the same points as Sheffield United. But obviously we've played a game less. And Burnley are below us. We're second. So if we were to draw, if things go as they are doing currently, stay as they are, a draw at Millwall sees us go back top of the Championship, going into Plymouth at home. 3 points. Sees a little bit of a gap. Ooh! Is this exciting times for the Ramble? It certainly is, George. Certainly is. And Millwall full strength all weekend. I've heard they're significantly weakened, pal. I've heard Tanganga's out. We know Jake Cooper's out. I've heard Man Mountain did a view from the mountain for us and talked about their best player, Essay, and I think he's now out. Ben Doak now on the right-hand side for Borough. Corner ball. Well done, son. I've major concerns over the prospective owners, says Mogger. Equally, the Prince did one to get the club on the cheap, and 100 million is hardly a rubbish sandwich, is it? Yeah, I know. I'll talk about takeover all day long, but I'm just so into this game at minute, Mogger. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. All it takes is a Leeds goal to burst my bubble, though, so don't worry, I could come back to that. Think your internet could handle a Sky Go stream of the Burnley game? I'm not going to test it, Jamie. There's no point. No point ruining what we've got here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All good, mate? You okay? Yes, mate, I'm well. Just think Millwall away is a very, very tough place to go. It is. We all hate Leeds. Plum. I mean, scum. It is a tough place, pal, but this result would be nice, wouldn't it? And to be fair, a Borough goal here would see Sheffield United return to the top of the table. They've got a few out, says Kyle, meaning Millwall tomorrow. Nothing came up on Soccer Special regarding Burnley. Yeah, there's been no goal. Can see us doing them and then beating Plymouth. Easy points. Need it to stay as it is. Burnley still drawing. Love that. I think Burnley will score, to be fair. Derby can't get out of their half. Reminds me of us last year. This. Who have Leeds got at the weekend? So after this fixture, Leeds have got a really favourable run in. Let's have a little look at who they've got. Scores Saturday. Leeds are away at Preston. at 12:30, the early kickoff. There's 3 games early kickoff, and they're away at Preston. Come on, Eke. Hold them to a point if you can. Is the email anything to do with the Royal Ramble? I still have zero idea what this is even about. To be honest, that came up at the worst possible time, didn't it? That was around the George time, and we just haven't picked that back up. And maybe I've already recorded a couple of bits for it, but I maybe might be something we can look at in New Year, depending on how things go. But here come Borough. Oh, it's a great ball! Ben Doak was in there, and I tell you what, Melier did really well. Ben Doak was in. And away come Leeds. What do you think we should sign in January, says Liam? I have touched on that a little bit before. Oh, Aronson's behind back line now. Dieng picks up. Goodness me. I have touched on it earlier, Liam, so welcome, pal. I think you've probably just joined us, but Ben Burton Diaz will be top of my list. Connor's in full-on meltdown. Oh, I can't believe I'm missing it, but I am having fun with you a lot, I have to say. After this match and they draw, put a window on how the midweek has been great for us. A window? Put out a window. Doak some player. Very jealous of that signing, says Kyle. He is, but he's not really done it today. I think he looked great against us, didn't he? He was there, top man against us. It's a tough match against Millwall, says Jack, but we speak about our quality, and it's time we take advantage of it. This is what... Oh, Joe Rothwell's down now in a bit of pain. Oh, a little injury to Leeds. Little injury there. Rodon and Rothwell. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Man Mountain and Dave the Nose were quite rightly saying, and we all were, to be fair, that we concentrate too much sometimes on the opposition. They will also be fearing us. Look at some of the players that we're bringing to the Den tomorrow. Oh, Nonto's off. And Piro's on. And Solomon on for Matteo Joseph. So a couple of changes up top for them. I'm bothered about that. Is Millier that one kid that had his mum cut his hair under a bowl and would cry if you said boo to him? Yeah, he looks like it, doesn't he? He looks like it. Come on, Eke, says Dave. Nothing can be more favourable than Plymouth. Come on, Agent Eke. Absolutely right. Video, not window. So, it's a tough match against Millwall, but we speak about our quality. Oh, sorry, Jack, where were it? After this match, and they draw, put out a video on how the midweek has been great for us. I've got to see Mrs. Ramble at some point, pal. Otherwise, I might not have a Mrs. Ramble. How's the internet holding up, Jimmy? I've just joined. It seems okay, Mr. V, but the viewers are best to speak on it because I don't always get the issues my end. So if you're watching and you can let Mr. V know and myself the quality of the stream, whether it's held up all right. Because we were looking all right earlier on. Think there's a realistic chance we could sign BBD in January alone to buy? Yes, I do. I do think there is a chance. Problem is Leeds have a strong bench. Come on, Borough. Don't worry, Jack. Don't worry, mate. Preston are improving under Eke, so it won't be easy for Leeds. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let's hope they hit a really sticky patch now. Oh, that's poor. That's poor. Solomon now. That's a free kick on edge of box. Silly. Silly. Preston love a red card. It's a yellow card for George Edmondson, I think. Internet's been miles better, says Jamie. Buffeted a few times, then straight back. Love that. Do you think Suter and Enel will need a couple of games to get back at it? I hope not. No, I don't think they will, actually. I don't think they will. Enel's the most susceptible because he's been out for 3 but I'd be surprised. It's a brilliant stream, a lot better. Thank you, David. Brilliant stream tonight, Mr. V. Love that, George. Thank you. Much better tonight, David Boy says. Burnley score. And how long left on it? Burnley have scored. Oh, Jamie. What are you doing to me? No goal at Burnley. Oh, what's the Burnley score? It's 0-0, pal, and it's 86 minutes. Okay. Woo. Right, this is a dangerous free kick for Leeds coming in from the left-hand side. They've had a shot and it's cleared for a corner. Well done. Well done, George Edmondson, who gave the free kick away. Solomon's going to cause problems now. Yeah, he looked lively there, didn't he? His first little touch. What's that needed? Thank you. Come on, Jamie. Come on, lad. You're better than that. Rice says, has he played much for the Saints? No, he's hardly got a kick. Surely they'd not let him leave as they only just bought him. Yeah, but he's not done the business, has he, pal? He's not done it for him. Corner from Leeds, Joe Rothwell. It's too deep and it's out for a goal kick. Still time in this game, though. I'm at 71 minutes and 48, 49, 50. Eki had a disastrous spell at Leeds. He'd love to put a spanner in the works. Yes, he would, mate. Yes, he would. Think Connor's worried yet? I don't know, mate. I can't see him, but he's not responded. Oh, yes. He's not responded to. Well, he has responded, but he's not texted me since. I've just not replied to him. BBD on loan to buy, you reckon? I think it's a possibility, mate. Yeah, I do. Free kick to Borough. Come on, the Borough. 0-0 Derby still can't get out of their asses, Kyle. Can't cope with this game. It's great, isn't it? This is why we love the Championship. When people are upset, oh, here come Leeds again. Great save. Great save, Seny Dieng. I tell you what, I gave him some stick earlier because he's not really done it for Borough. But there's a couple of times this game where he's kept him in it. You've got to do better than that, though. You've got to do better than that when you're striking it. Is it Dan James? Good save. Good save. Don't worry about the Leeds bench. Connor saying, oh, here come Leeds again. Goal. Dan James. I was just about to say, this is why we love the Championship. Yeah, second wave at Leeds attack. Dan James bursts into the box and great goal, to be fair. Yeah, easily dispossessed in centre midfield. Pirro slides in Dan James. No mistake this time. It is a great strike. It's a great strike. Yeah, just still 0-0 for Burnley. Chileans must be fuming with Southampton. Evening, pal. Just finished work. Are the results going our way tonight? They were, Danny. They were. You came in at the wrong time, pal. What's the reason Brereton Diaz hasn't been played, not been keeping up? I think we'll look to get some more players from the Prem. I don't know why he hasn't been playing. Oh, I'm chuffing all this. There's still time in this game, though. Still time. Both Leeds and Borough could be winning this, says Jack. No, says Ray. Shoot, says Chris. No, says Kyle. I know. Can't be bothered, says Jamie. No, says Mogger. Still not over. No, it's not over. I don't think it's over. There's still over 15 minutes to go here. Connor incoming alarm. Yeah, I'll wait for this. Oh, and wouldn't you know it? Voice message from Connor. Should we play it out for everybody to hear? Don't know what he said, obviously. Give me a bit of shit. Have that, you blunt swats. Oh, well, apologies, because if you heard that, we're not a stream that swears, but Connor's obviously not got the decorum of our Ramblers. Whoever's Borough's number 5 has been so poor today. That's Matt Clark. Yeah, he has. Just about to give Dan James some rate sticks. So were I, pal. So was I. What have they done there? Gave it away twice. Borough have been wasteful, though. That's a great finish from James, says George. Yeah, it is. And the crowd goes mild. That's a mood killer. It is, Ben. It is. We're having such a good time, weren't we? Borough losing isn't the worst thing in the world, mate, says Mogger. No, that's right. It's a little bit like Chris were talking about earlier. It pushes them further down, doesn't it? And particularly if, I mean, they're here again, Leeds, into the box. And Borough come away with it. Let me have a little look at the live table. So, but Burnley are in the 91st minute and it's 0-0. So I believe we will still be second in the league if that's the case. Yeah, we're still second. So we're 2 points behind Leeds. As things stand, as the results stand currently, we are 2 points behind Leeds. We're a point above Burnley. We're 3 points away. In fact, Burnley, we're on 39 points. Borough have played a game more and they're way down on 31. They're 8 points behind us and played a game more. So that keeps Middlesbrough, who are a good team, as we've seen tonight, at bay. So it's not, it depends which way you frame it, really. You've turned Connor's stream off, says Ian. The full-back on his bike going forward, great finish, but the left-back, yeah, I know, mate. I know. The man mountain there. That was the view from the mountain. Derby just tried the slowest counter in the world. Quality little player, his Dan says, right. Him and Nonto are cheat codes for this league. We've got our own cheats, though, mate. We've got our own cheats. Don't worry about that. Horrendous play from Borough in the last few minutes, losing possession in dangerous positions when there's no need, says the main man. Where have you come from? Hello, ATB. Hello, Father. Nice to see you. You can actually comment on this stream then. That's good to know. Good to know. Could see the swearing coming. Probably didn't think you were live. He don't care, mate. He don't care. Still, Leeds looked easily outdone at the start. It was end to end. 5 minutes added for Burnley. Ugh. Good point for Leeds. But it's only like our win against Sunderland, so no biggie. It's a good win for Leeds, you mean? They're here again. Here again on right-hand side. Come on, Borough. Swilsbury is emptier than the lane. And at Newcastle. Against Newcastle, says Jamie. Hamer is a cheat code. He just needs to start and become more consistent. Leeds on top here. ATB's profile picture is the GOAT, says Dave the Nose. ATB, good to see you. Oh, you've had a good holiday. Get yourself on the watch along tomorrow. I like that, Jord. I like that. Sunderland have scored, says Ray and Jack. It's now 1-1 for them. That's all right. That's all right. As soon as I tune in, chuffing Leeds score, says Wayne. Absolutely. Where have you been, Wayne? Where have you been? And if it's you that's making Leeds score, then we'll catch up with you later, pal. Come on then, Borough. We just need a full-time whistle at Burnley and we should be all right, because that's a clanger for Burnley, that. Home to Derby, you need to be winning that game. 90 plus 4, and did somebody say it were 5 minutes added? Burnley player caught offside at 94 minutes. Dykesdale booked for Borough. Foul on Rothwell. Will stay down for ages now, no doubt. Oh, yeah, we're a little naughty on that. This is the view. Luton beating Stoke. Plymouth got one back against Swansea, but still lost. Portsmouth and Norwich 0-0. Wendy's 98th minute, still losing at home to Blackburn. Yeah, Sunderland's late goal. Come on, the Borough. Come on, the Borough. Surely Andy needs a holiday soon to recover from all his other holidays. It's a running joke, Dave. It's a running joke in family. Scott Parker's an awful manager. £60 million spent this summer, apparently. I'm not a fan of Scott Parker. And Wendy's have lost. What a shame. Oh, what a shame. Here he comes. Ampadu, push pineapple, shake the tree. Coming back from injury, Ethan Ampadu. They think he's, Claude Makaleli in middle, don't they? Coming on for Joe Rothwell by it looks. Full time at Burnley, says Ian. Love that. Love that. Liam's just put in our chat, Sunderland are level. So they're only 2 points behind us now. I don't think they are, mate. I don't think they are. It's full time at Sunderland. It's full time at Burnley. Both have drawn. This is the view. Does anybody else get them jingles stuck in their head? Dave knows. He really knows. Oh, actually, Liam's right. Apologies, Liam, if you can see this. They are only 2 points behind us. But obviously, we've played a game less. But Mark's responded to Liam. Sunderland and Burnley have both dropped points tonight, and that'll do for me. Great way to look at it. I think we've been saying consistently, haven't we, that the two most likely, and this is no disrespect to Burnley, and Michael's rightly pointed out, you can't forget the other teams in the race. But I've been saying for the last couple of weeks at least, it's going to be between us and Leeds, and I think we might end up being the two teams. Now we just need to do our bit, don't we? We need to win tomorrow. I think the chance is there to win with the players that they've got out. Tanganga's out, Jake Cooper's out, Eze's out. Let's do it. Beast Boy, Jimmy, in your honest opinion, do you think Rian deserves this hate? No, I don't think anybody deserves hate, but I can understand why people are very frustrated with him because it's a huge investment, but that's not the boy's fault, is it? And he can't help his injury record. I don't think he's had a clean run for reasons out of his control. So I think it's harsh, and I would love to see him, and I know everybody would love to see him find his feet and get comfortable, but hang on, Borough, come on. Need to step it up a gear here, Borough. You've just been dispossessed again. Out for a throw. So I would personally think about offering him a new deal, but I know a lot of people wouldn't, and I understand why they wouldn't. Points drop for Burnley there. Absolutely, Kyle. Big points drop for Burnley. If you can take one player from any team that went up last year, who would you have? Smodics, BBD, Suter is my three. So you take one player from each team that went up last year, do you mean? So yeah, Harry Suter's a no-brainer from Leicester, and they've got to be realistic, these. Brereton Diaz from Southampton, even though I could be persuaded to go for Cameron Archer personally. And Ipswich, I think Smodic. No, I'd take forward from Man City. We're at Hull. What's his name? You know what I mean. Corner and Melier punches away, but ref's giving a Leeds free kick anyway. You know which forward I mean. Ipswich forward that's playing quite well. Burnley 0-0. Love that, Ray. Time for us and Leeds to pull away, says Ben. I'll take that. Callum Fowler said it best, says Jamie. Scott Parker drains any sort of flair out of players. He's so dull. Jack says we beat Millwall and we're straight back up there. Must say Stoke have surprised me this year. I tipped them to have a really good season this year, says Right. Every season, they look like they're going to have a go. And every season, they disappoint. And it's just one of the, no matter which manager's in charge, no matter which players they bring in, like Sam Byram that's coming off in end for Ethan Ampadu. It'll be 5 points tomorrow night, meaning Sunderland's gap. Yeah, I love that, Dave. Love that. That -2 is annoying now. Don't worry about it, Jack. Don't worry. I'd rather have had the -2 than suspended transfer window. Sausage roll out. Can't call him sausage roll. It's incredibly disrespectful. We need to show our ruthlessness tomorrow, says Jack. I think it's actually an advantage going afterwards. We know what we've got to do. We're still in top 2. George says, were the Americans meant to be after Parker when they were first rumoured to take over us? Thank God it never happened at that point. He was of interest, I must confess. Apart from the obvious, what a great set of results tonight. Well said, Wayne. That's absolutely... Those results that are already in the bag are great, aren't they? They're great. It's just this game that I could do with a Borough equaliser. But like Moggers said, it's any way this result goes, you can argue it's okay for Sheffield United. Because if Borough win, they pull Leeds down a little bit. If Leeds win, they push Borough further away. And a draw just sort of lifts both slightly. So you can argue any result is okay. I've really enjoyed the game, to be honest. It's nice not to be the team. It's nice to watch a game with no pressure, not to be, to enjoy a game for what it is. Praying for a Borough equaliser, says Ian. Yeah, that'd be my ideal. A draw would be absolutely ideal for me. Happy if we and Leeds pull away from everyone else, says Chris. Come on, the Borough, says Kyle. Sausage roll, says Beast Boy. No hate on Brewster. He's simply not good enough, says Mogger, for us now. Even less so in the Prem, so why keep? I was talking about it earlier, Mogger. The justification I would give to that is you give him a 2-year +1. You send him out on loan because otherwise he's going to go for nothing. And if you think there's something still in the tank with him, you send him out on loan for a season to Championship to somebody like a Swansea, where he's done well before. And if he can have a consistent run in their side and he does well at Championship level, then you've either got an asset that you've put value back into, or if we get relegated, you've got a player who's full of confidence again. So that would be my only reason to renew. I'm probably less likely to renew him if we stay in Championship, personally. But it's got to be at a reduced rate to what he's on now. So we're on 86 minutes and 53, 54, 55. Why is it zooming past now this time? Whereas before it would drag in. Imagine if we kept Archer and Burton Diaz. It'd be a weapon. Unbelievable, mate. Liam Delap, thank you, Matthew. That's exactly what I meant. Rory Delap Jr. Delap, thank you for putting me right. Would you rather have kept Archer and had to lose Hamer? A no from me. I plead the fifth. I just think we've... I love Gus Hamer, but I loved Cameron Archer. I think at this level, in this system, I don't know, mate. Don't do that to me. Gary Rowett just saying only Leeds and us can bring impactful subs on to change the game at around 60 minutes. Gary Rowett, eh? Still stand by going for Archer and BBD. What, you go for both of them? Archer's getting games, though, isn't he? Some rate results for Blades tonight, boys, says Dino. Absolutely right, pal. Archer is proven here. I don't think he justified the hype, to be honest. And I was at the front of that hype train. I do think there were circumstances why. Oh, come on, 88 minutes and 15 seconds. And it's a free kick to Borough. Come on. Knock it to Verber. Knock it to Max Verber. He'll power one in. In all seriousness, I think he's done just enough for Southampton to keep him in January. Do you mean Archer, Dave, and not BBD? I assume you mean Cam. Do you by any chance stay so strong with Archer because you're bitter about it and refuse to admit you're wrong? Plus, you were so strong on getting him. No, I genuinely think he's in our system. I'd tell you if I thought I've been wrong on players before. Of course I have, but I think he's a good player at this level. He's one of those players that's too good for Championship and not really good enough for Prem. Barley's are now for Borough. Shot high and wide. Didn't he destroy at Middlesbrough? Yeah, he did. That came off strong, didn't it? Yeah, Jamie, but we're used to it. We see you in the chat. Yes, Jamie, it did, says Dave. Archer had his chance then towards the end of last season. Couldn't care less, says Dublin Blade. And I think that is what soured a lot of Blades. I know that's what soured Dave the Nose. Apologies, Jamie, don't worry about it, pal. You haven't offended me. Big result for Leeds, this. Big result for Leeds. Oh, Matt Clark conceding another corner again. Rubbish. Rubbish, Matt Clark. Have a word with yourself. Dave the knows. He really knows. 7 minutes added. 7 minutes added time. They're trying to keep it in the corner because they're scared. It's smart, to be honest. You've got to do that, haven't you? And no, it's going to go out for a goal kick. Come on, the Borough. Come on, the Borough. Archer, I bet, was one of them Wilder was on about who left training the moment he could and didn't hang around. Don't you judge my Cameron without knowing anything about him. Good result for Leeds, but it's at home. They've still got to go away to them, and they've got to go away to us. And I think they've got to go to Turf Moor as well. Hopefully, me and the faithful bring 3 points back tomorrow. Take full advantage of our young'uns. Buzzing it for now. Love that, pal. We can't afford BBD and Archer. No, we can't. No, we can't. 7 min says Ray. Agree, Jamie. He practically put a hole in the door running out at the end of the season awards. Snitch. Nobody likes a snitch, Dave. Come on, Borough. This is equal to us beating Sunderland. Possibly. Possibly, yeah. Ex-Man U player Dan James going mental in a Leeds shirt. Utter woke nonsense. I'm a bit worried about top teams coming to us at home, says Jack. Well, cross that bridge, yeah. I'd rather be at home than going away to them. Oh, here we go. Dan James breaking away now. Leeds. Oh, gotta be. 3-1. Aronson bundled it in. What do you say to that? We can't be too disappointed, says Mr. V. If the score remains the same, Leeds' record at home is almost as good as ours. We'll be right. We will be right. And don't forget, and this, I don't mean this to sound negative, but we don't have to finish top. We don't have to get in front of Leeds. That's not the aim. The aim is top 2. So even if Leeds go undefeated for the rest of the season, win every game, we could still be in Premier League next season. So one team here are allowed to run off with it. We've just got to be better than 22 others. Doesn't matter. Focus on ourselves, says Dave the Nose. Correct. Break point for them. Turned it off now, says George. Oh no, says Liam. Great. And now I've turned it off officially. Off to the shower, says Jamie. Jesus, can't type tonight. Just in from work, Jim. Our the best team in the universe playing against Borough. Now we know what we have to do tomorrow. Could be 4 points clear of third. Do you know what, Dublin? That's the only thing we care about, isn't it? 4 points clear of third tomorrow. That's what's on offer. Borough all over the shop today. I don't think so. I think last 20 minutes, yeah, since Leeds got the second, yeah. But I think they've been very good up until that point. It's very much like our West Brom performance. Started slow, good in the middle, very good in the middle, probably after half time for them. And then second half, rubbish. Focus on ourselves, says Davy Boy. As Roy Orbison said, it's over. That's an old school reference, that, David. Love that. What do I say to that? Nope, broadcastable, says Wayne. Yeah. Exactly. Just need to stay second. We did say Leeds would win the league, or most people did. This is one result, by the way. We can still catch Leeds. If we win tomorrow, let's have a little look. I know we go 4 points clear of third, but we go back top. So I don't really know. Oh, he's here again with a voice message. Our old mate. I'm just going to listen to it off. Yeah, it's not broadcastable, as you could probably imagine. Just sent me that. Chuffing M&M wannabe over here. Vanilla ice. Be right. Win tomorrow, we go top end of, says Bry. Borough have been wasteful that second half. That second has knocked them. Yeah, they haven't been the same since Mogger. I usually really rate your opinions, pal. So I'm sorry to have to bring this comment up, but I can't believe you've actually made it. Would you re-sign Ben Osborne in January? He could play left wing. No, I wouldn't. Leeds goal difference strong now. That is one thing I don't think we should be focusing on catching. We can catch the team, but if we end up level on points, I think Leeds are going to be finishing above us. So we need one more point. He's here again. Mate, where you at? Come on. I'm on stream, mate. I'm watching the game. Osborne. Dave's not a fan of that Osborne shout. Well said, Jimmy. Top 2 is a must. Borough a challenger, and they have lost. Don't check the message from Connor. You've got to do it, mate. You've got to face the music, can't you? Sometimes if you fire the shot, you've got to take them back. Is it just Leeds and Blades top 2? It's just Leeds and Blades top 2. Don't care in what order. Just get autos. Connor looking like Silver Surfer. You'd expect Weeds, Burnley and Sunderland to win tonight. Unexpected points dropped by 2 of the 3. Good results for us. I think so too. Stuff that we have to be better than Leeds. It's the law. No, that's the ideal scenario, Dino. That's the icing on the cake. Send him a pick back with the reverse of that. No, he can have his moment in the sun. They've played well tonight. They've played well. You can't say any other. Kind of looks like David Villa off Wish. That's okay. Well, maybe got a little bit hasty going for a personal jibe. I get a little bit wound up every now and again. Liam, Leeds fan, welcome, pal. My problem with Farker is that beating teams at home isn't an issue. We're clueless away. We're completely different on the road. It's like we forget how to pass or press. Happy with the result, man. You should be happy with result and performance, pal. Well played. Just say above you after tomorrow. No, Jack, because we haven't played yet, have we? And then it's a double whammy for him, isn't it? If we don't win, even if we get a point, which we might think is a good result, just got to pump the brakes sometimes. Run around, Ben. Give it a rest. We've moved. Just tell him you're keeping the seat warm for tomorrow. Yeah, fair dues. Jimmy, come on now, lad. We could play Shackleton on the right wing too. Oh, Mogger. Off to bed, mate. Great stream as always, says Rye. Thank you, pal. Great result for Leeds, but a long way to go. Big love, Jimmy. Top man, Rye. One of our platinum ramblers. Really appreciate you, bud. Right, lads. See you tomorrow night. Yes, you will. Yes, mate, you will. And that is full time, so we'll finish up ourselves. Daniel Farker will screw it up, says Alex. Just telling you, keeping seat warm for tomorrow. I know you did, Matt. Don't worry about it, pal. Do you think the Millwall players will be angry with the decision to sack Harris and down tools? Food for thought. Can only hope so, pal. Can only hope so. Might have the opposite effect. They might come out and play for him, might they? Leeds have a big opinion on their away form. Is ours better? No, I don't think it is, Jack. I think we're on a very similar path at the moment. Some good results tonight and great entertainment, Jimmy. Thank you, David. Up the Ramble, up the Blades, like and subscribe. Much appreciated. See you tomorrow. Great street. You will, yeah. We'll be back on the main channel for a Millwall watch along. Thank you, Jack. Don't mind those results tonight. Jimmy says, Mark, Leeds expected them to win. Sunderland and Burnley both dropped points. That's good enough for me. Up the Blades. To be honest, and this is no offense to Liam, but I expected Leeds to be the most likely of the 3 to drop points tonight. I think Borough are a very strong side, but fair play. That's a big win for them. Great stream again tonight, Jimmy. We'll see you tomorrow. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Yeah, if you could subscribe to this new channel, it'd be much appreciated. Get us some momentum going with it. Try and enjoy the rest of the night, Jimmy. I will, Mr. V. It's good results all around. Step back, take a bit of perspective. Still in top 2 after tonight. We could have easily. If Burnley beat Derby, we're out of the top 2, and we have to do some hard yards tomorrow against Millwall. We're going into Plymouth in top 2 in the table, aren't we? Plymouth at home. Going Sheffield United 2-0, says Matt. Love the banter with Connor, though, says Jack. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Great stream. Loved all the chat. Thanks, Chris. Keep it up. It's a great Blades channel. Thank you, mate. Thank you for your joining in all the time. I regularly see you in chat. 3-0 to us tomorrow, says Jack. See you tomorrow night. Jimmy says Scottish Blade. Thanks, mate. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Thank you, pal. Good evening to you. Oh, well, Leeds can celebrate for now. Blades will be back tomorrow. Great stream as always, and ready for tomorrow's Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. This is why we love the Championship, isn't it? We've been through a roller coaster of emotions again tonight, and it's been great. Not when they've won 7 games at home in the spin and only conceding 1 before tonight. No, they're not worried about their own form, Mark, are they? Nor should they be. Hey, Middlesbrough lost. Burnley dropped points, and they're the ones will be close at our heels, says Jack. Yeah, true. Tara James, bring on game day. Yes, see you tomorrow at Mr. Mountain. Thanks for joining us, pal. Happy to have subbed to this stream, Jim. Thank you, Bri. Appreciate you, pal. Congrats on 500 subs, 500 to go, and it's road to 1 million. Yeah, all right then, pal. All right. Thank you, though, mate. Ozzy nearly got an assist recently. 37% pass completion. So I finally know that you're taking the mick. I should have twigged earlier. Nice one. Thank you. Just replying in very nice. Very good. No, that's why I didn't expect them to drop points. Yeah, fair mark. Yeah. Okay, I get that now, mate. I get that now. Got a very strong home record, aren't they, like us? Right. We will call it there. Enjoyed it tonight. Wasn't sure how it'd go. Certainly, if you'd have told me that it'd be a Leeds win for a watch along, I thought it'd have been a right Mardy swine. It'd have been one Mardy blade rather than a watch along. But thank you to everybody that's joined me tonight. I've really enjoyed it. We've had a good laugh doing that, and I think there may be more rival streams on this channel going forward if people are still getting entertainment out of it, and loads of people took part tonight. So thank you, and we'll keep trying new things and improving the content, and keeping that momentum going with the channel. So thank you to everybody. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards, 2-0 tomorrow night. Join me for the watch along on the main channel. Up the blades!
Up the blades, up the ramble.